All right, what is going on, everybody? It's Walking Legend Week 3 gone. That's right, everybody. You know what? I was really upset with how I did at first, but the more and more I think about it, I think I did pretty decently. So from these week's games, we went 9-7. That takes our overall record up to 26 and what? 26 and 20 on the season with the tie. But you know what? And a lot of people are really mad that I gave myself a tie. But I didn't get it right. But I wasn't 100% wrong because the team I picked to win didn't win, but they didn't lose. So what? I gave myself a tie. I didn't give myself a loss because who would have predicted a tie? Come on. So yeah, 9-7. We're 26 and 20 overall now, plus the tie. All right, now coming into this week, now there's a lot of problems with this Eagles team, injuries and whatnot. And this is what I said about this Green Bay team winning that first game. This could really help them get into the playoffs because 5 out of the last 6 games they play were going to be at home. So, I'm taking Green Bay here. A lot of people don't like that, but man, Philly just has a lot of injuries. Deshaun Jackson, who's a really big threat in the field because he's so fast, it just opens up the middle. He's injured. And he's not the only one who's injured. There's a lot of problems with this team right now, including the very aggressiveness from Doug Peterson. So, we'll see, but I'm taking the Packers. Coming up next, the Titans at the Falcons. Now, we know the Falcons have started off really cold this year, and I've picked them in, I think, all of their games, and they've not really helped me out. But they're at home against the Titans, and I think this is the game that they will come out and win because they did beat Philly at home. Injured Phillies, of course. But you know what? I think they'll win this game, and, yeah, I think they'll be 2-2. So, mark this one down. Although the Titans could win this game, so I'm just hoping they don't. Finally, the Washington Redskins at the New York Giants, and the Giants shocked the world with an unbelievable comeback. I think they were down 28-10 or something crazy, and they came all the way back to win the game. The Buccaneers missed a late field goal. It was wide right. And, if you watch Buccaneers football, in the history, they missed a lot of wide right field goals that are clutch. So, yeah. But I'm still not taking the Giants in this game. I'm taking their opponents. Mark that one down. Coming up next, Chargers at Dolphins. And, I don't think I'll pick the Dolphins to win a single game this year. So, I'm taking the Chargers in this one. You know what? They've been a tough team this year, and they were very tough last year. So, you got to go with the obvious team here. San Diego over Miami. Coming up next, Oakland at Indianapolis. And, again, the Colts are showing us the toughness and the grit of this team. Last year, we were so surprised with how tough this team ended up, and again, they are doing it again. They are grinding out these games. They just beat the Falcons, and you know what? They're a tough football team, and I'm taking them here. So yeah, Indianapolis Colts. Coming up next, Carolina at Houston. Now, you know what, man? We talk about it all the time. Cam Newton, man, who hasn't really been good the last 2.5 years, in my opinion, the last 2 seasons since the Super Bowl season. He was not playing against the Cardinals, and the Panthers scored 38 points. Now, was it because it was the Cardinals' defense, or is this guy actually worth something? Because he went 19 for 26 with 200 and something passing yards, so pretty solid game. Not to mention Christian McCaffrey was a beast, and one run really helped his stats out. So, you know what? I don't care. I'm still going to take the Houston Texans here. I think they're the better team, and I think they're a home team here. So, yeah, I got to take them. Coming up next, one of the best teams in the NFL, going against one of the worst teams in the NFL, in my opinion. You know what? The Dolphins, actually, the Lions aren't that bad. They did just beat the Eagles, and, they really stunned the Eagles in Philadelphia. So, they're not actually that bad, so I take that back. But I don't think they're as good as the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are still a better team. I don't care about the home field advantage shit when you got these two lopsided teams. I think that Kansas City wins this game. And yeah, mark it down. Coming up next, Cleveland. And they're going to play the Ravens. I'm going to take the Ravens only because I feel that, Lamar Jackson and Mark Ingram, if Ingram stays healthy, if this team can really grind out, I think they're better than the Browns. But you know what? Actually, I'm going to take the Browns, actually. Yeah, I changed it. I'm going to take the Browns. Something tells me the Browns are going to win this game. So, forget about that. I'm not taking the Ravens this week. I think the Browns will win this one. I don't know if it's just me being biased, But I think the Browns will win this game, so mark that down. Sorry about that abrupt change. Next up, the undefeated Patriots against the undefeated Bills. Pretty good matchup on paper, but I think the Patriots are better than the Bills, and it'd be really funny if the Patriots get their first loss this week, but I'm taking the Patriots. You know what? Until the Patriots lose, I'm not picking against them. So yeah, let's just see what Tom Brady does. Next up, Buccaneers at Rams. I'm going to take the Rams here simply because they're at home. You know, they have played a lot of close games this year. They were close with the Panthers. I think they were decently close in week 2, and they were close. Well, they did blow out the Saints, but they've been close in a lot of games. So I think this is a game that they're going to really get that mojo going. So yeah, Rams over Bucs. Coming up next, Seahawks at Cardinals, the Battle of the Birds. This is a divisional matchup, I believe, and I'm going to take the Seahawks. Now, I got to say something about the Cardinals real quick, because I was watching that Panthers-Cardinals game. Their quarterback is really fast, and he looks like a bright young quarterback to me. I don't know why. It gives me that college quick quarterback feel. So yeah, look out. But Seahawks are winning this game. We got the Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. I'm gonna take the Minnesota Vikings. I just feel like the Vikings have an overall better team. I really think losing Jordan Howard is going to be an X factor for them this season. So, Chicago better find a way to develop a better running game, because right now, man, I mean, it's not been terrible, but you know what? I feel like the Vikings have a better team overall than the Bears do, and I think they win this football game. Although I do like the Bears, they're like a third favorite team to me, but I'm not going to pick up my heart. I'm going to pick up my head. Vikings. Finally, Jacksonville Jaguars going up against the Denver Broncos. I'm going to take the Broncos here simply because they're at home, and I think they're going to fight hard to get their first win here. They really need it, and I really think they need it. I don't think the Denver Broncos are making the playoffs this year. I think that's already pretty obvious, but I think they'll get their first win here. You know, every team's bound to win a game, and I think this is the one they'll win. Finally, my game of the week, and listen here, Cowboys versus Saints. I'm gonna go. Who should I? Ooh, that's tough. That's a tough one, man. That's a really, really tough one. This is kind of like the Browns-Rams game. Although I picked away quicker, but I'm gonna take the Saints here. I think they're the better team, even though the Cowboys can win. I think the Saints have a better chance of winning than them. So yeah, mark that down. Saints over Cowboys. Finally, this is the game I want to talk about the most. Bengals at Steelers. Now, the Steelers have won 9 games in a row against the Bengals, dating back to 2016 Game 2 against each other in the season. The Pittsburgh Steelers went into Cincinnati and won 33-23, and ever since then, it's been a bloodbath every game. And some games have been close, but Pittsburgh still seems to pull it out every time against the Bengals. So this is a game for the Bengals. Not only do they need their first win, absolutely 100%, but this is a game the Bengals have to win. It's also a game the Steelers have to win. So it'll be very interesting to see who fights harder to win this football game. Will Rudolph win it, or will Andy Dalton win it? We'll have to see. But I'm taking the Steelers. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed these picks here for week 4. Be sure to like and subscribe. It helps me make these videos. I'll be back for week 5. And hey, smash the like button, dude. It's as simple as that.